Hello, everybody. Welcome or welcome back. My name is Monique, and I'm on a financial health journey to create an inheritance for the generations to come. And I want to do that through consistency and discipline. Today is Friday, April the 26th, and I am creating my budget with me for the week of April 26th through May the 2nd. I'd like to thank anybody who's liked or commented on any of my videos, and especially those that have chosen to subscribe to my channel. I truly started this as a way to hold myself accountable, but I understand, recognize, and appreciate the community as a whole. So if you're rocking with me on this journey, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if you haven't made up your mind yet, sit with me for a spell. At the end of this video, if you find that this content you find valuable or enjoyable, please feel free to subscribe. So there are a few changes that I'll talk about in a minute. As far as my budget is concerned, I have a few new subscribers. So let me just say I am a divorced mother of 3. I was married for 23 years, separated in 2017. And I have 2 older kids that they're adults. I call them my crumb snatchers. And then I have a junior in high school. And I want to make sure the decisions that I'm making now won't impact them in the future in a negative way. So that has been my story. I have a new story that I'll be telling pretty soon, but we'll talk about that in the weeks to come. With that said, as I'm working through my budget, one of the things that I did, although I was a bi-weekly paycheck budgeter, I moved to having a weekly budget because I was trying to get a better handle on unplanned expenses. I've done that for the past 6 weeks. And now I think I'm at a point where I can go back to just handling my budget with me's and have them coincide or match with my paychecks. So I am going to go back to being a paycheck bi-weekly budgeter, just like I'm a bi-weekly paycheck receiver. So that's the change. So this will be the last time that I'm going to do it for a week. One of the things, if you have been a part of my channel for any significant amount of time, then you know that this entire year so far for 2024, I've been dealing with a 25 to 30% payroll deduction. May is my last month for that. Starting in June, I will start to see that money back into my check. So I am dealing with a decrease right now with anticipation of things getting back to where they should go come June. With that said, I'm also going to see an additional decrease for the month of May going forward, because I'm no longer going to ask my oldest daughter to give me rent. She was paying $150 every time she got paid. That was going towards rent or the household expenses. Plus, I was using that to cover her student loan. I have one student loan that I pay, and you'll see as a debt. It is for her college experience or college degree. And so I told her she doesn't have to pay me any more money because she is making some adult moves, and there'll be some changes that she'll see in the weeks, months to come. But also with that, I would still continue to pay her student loan. So I'm going to, again, see another decrease in May because that's money that I don't anticipate. But again, June is coming around the corner. And everything will be all good. All right. So I did want to talk through that from a financial standpoint, some of the things you will see. I am also, for the first time, going to do a cash stuffing connected with my budget with me. So this is a first for me, and I went to the bank and got the money. So we shall see how this works out. I don't know if it's something I will continue, but it is something that I am going to do this time. All right, so let's get started. First and foremost, this is not a pay week for me. So my weeks run from a Friday to a Thursday. This particular time frame is not a pay week, but I do have $400 that is rollover from, I don't know if you guys can see that, but from last week. So last week I was under by $403. And so I'm just rolling that $400 over to this week. And so that's what you see here where it says bills. I'll go in a little bit more so you can see. There you go. Bills, the bills account. And a variable account, I give myself $250 out of that account to spend on variable expenses. I do have $20 of rollover, and that is, I've already accounted for that in my paycheck closeout. I'm sorry, my weekly closeout that you probably saw before this video. I think I had about $65 left over from my variable expenses. I'm taking 20 of that and rolling it over into this week's budget, and I'm using that to help fund my mini savings challenges a little bit more. And then I had $40 extra that I squirreled away, and I had that in the bank, and I have that now available in cash to use also. So the blocking that you see as far as the coloring is concerned, whatever you see highlighted as the total for a particular box or section, this lets you know which account that's coming out of. And that's kind of how I do my budget and how I budget how much money should be allocated. So anything you see in blue, highlighted in blue, is coming from that bills account. Anything you see highlighted in yellow is coming from my variable expense account. And then as far as any money that I use for savings challenges or sinking funds, you'll see that highlighted in pink. That's a combination of everything. Extra money that I've received, money I've been able to roll over, gifts that I might get, money that my son might give me for his cell phone, money that I've saved from variable expenses. And if I'm going to pull anything from the bills account, you'll see that documented there as well. All right, so all of that together, and I went ahead, since I knew I was going to do a cash stuffing, I went ahead and wrote in these numbers because I needed to know how much money to get from the bank. So all of that stuff added together, I'm budgeting $710 for this particular week. Here are all of the bills that are scheduled to come out. I've already paid my class dues. That's why it's already checked off. Gas South on the 28th, Apple Care on the 29th, and then Ring, home insurance, and electric are going to come out around the 1st of the month of May. So all of those together total $295. That's highlighted in blue because it will come out of the bills account. Next, we have mini challenges. So I do typically have $50 towards my mini challenges, and I do a Monday mini challenge. All of those challenges are really sinking funds. That it's 6 of them that I do in my Monday mini, and I typically do about $50. But this will be the last time that those particular challenges are in circulation. So I try to run the Monday minis, any challenges that I have, for a 2-month period. So we did these same 6 challenges, March and April. And so I'm going to call it a wash at that point. Whatever I've saved, great. If I did not finish the challenge, it's okay. I've been able to make a great start in a lot of these sinking funds that I had overall. So I'm going to start all new, fresh new challenges come May. This is my last time stuffing them in April. I wanted to give a little bit more. So instead of doing $50, I did decide to bump that up to $70. And I felt okay with that when I started to look at the numbers overall. All right, so that's $70, and that's coming from, as you see pink, you have the 20 and the 40 that I know for sure that are going to go towards my savings challenges and sinking fund. And I'm just going to pull an extra 10 from that bills account to make me whole for that 70. All right, next. Here's my variable expenses, and this is the money that I have over here as well as the mini challenge money that I'm going to actually stuff. And this is how it allocates out. When you add all of those numbers together, you get $250. Now, I have already gotten gas. I took half of my gas money and got gas. That's $20 that has already been spent. So I only have $20 from gas to stuff today. And then the $10 here for snacks is on Cash App. So I give my daughter, $10. I give Corinne $10 on her Cash App online, and then $10 in cash. So the 10 that I have to give her in Cash App, I went ahead and left that in the bank. So $20 I've already taken care of. That's in the bank. And then the 10 for Cash App is in the bank. So while the total amount that I provided myself is $250, I'm only going to stuff about $230. I'm sorry, $220 $220 that I'm going to stuff today. All right, so that's at $250 for variable expenses. And then I know I talked a minute ago that I've already made some strides on not having any unplanned expenses. And I actually went about 4 weeks of not having any unplanned expenses at all. But I do have one this week. I've already paid this money. And I think I'm just going to put a little check mark here because I've already, sorry, you guys, hold on. I'm doing a little bit too much. So let me come back, scroll up, go to my ink and just mark off check because that's already been paid. I had a classmate to pass away. I served with her as a part of our steering committee that we have for our class, where we're trying to schedule class reunions and homecoming and those types of things. And she passed away in her sleep after actually nursing her mother back to health. And it is pretty sad, just because she, just gave a praise report and how, excited she was that her mom is finally home. She talked about how tired she was, and she passed away in her sleep. So I did want to contribute something to that. I don't consider this to be an unplanned expense as if it is a splurge. So I am counting it as unplanned because it's not a bill. I'm not using a sinking fund. I'm not using any savings that I already had. I am pulling this money from my bills account to pay this amount. So it is an unplanned expense, but I'm not worried that I'm starting to, see unplanned expenses trickle back in again, because this is not a splurge. I didn't go shopping or anything like that. I just contributed to a bereavement fund for a friend of mine. So that came out to be about $240. So if we write all of this up, so that's $710 for income, minus $295 for bills, minus $250 for expenses, minus $70 for savings, and minus $40 so far. As far as it's the debt category, I don't have any debt that I have to worry about, but I did go ahead and mark the unplanned on here. So we have that. And this is supposed to be a 7. And that's an ugly 7. So let's do that. All right. So that is 710 minus 295 minus 250 minus 70 minus 40 equals, that's $55. I am still under budget by $55, which is great. All right, so that looks good. That's what we have. We will do a closeout for this particular week, and then going forward, like I mentioned before, we are going to move to a bi-weekly paycheck schedule. So I'm expected to be $55 under. As far as the cash stuffing today, I should have the $70 here for the mini challenge, and I should have about $230 here for my variable expenses, and those are the things that I'm going to stuff today. So I'm going to sit this over to the side. I'm going to pull out my little cash tray, and then let's move this over here on this side as well. I'll pull that out in a second. So if you've ever watched Seriously Savings, she just recently did a video on different wallets that you could use, cash wallets that you could use. And this was the one that she did. I think it was actually the last one that she premiered or went over. She had a purple one like this, and she talked about how simple it was. It was only about $10. It's just a cash wallet. It does have the little dashboards that that come with it. And there are about 8 of these that you receive. And then you get the stickers. You get stickers in there as well for different categories. And in fact, I still have the stickers here because I'm not using all of the dashboards, and I'm not using all of the stickers, but here they are, and they come with a whole 2 sheets of the same. So of different tabs that you have. Okay, so I decided to pull this out, and I decided that I want to use this. I'm not moving away from the Moterm wallet that I have and the A7 envelopes that I use within that. My thought right now, though, is I wanted something slim and slick that I could actually take into the store very easily with me. That's number one. Number two, if the money isn't spent here, I'm trying to determine whether or not when I do rollover for a particular category, I would still put that money in my Moterm wallet, or I might actually have an A6 binder that's used for that buffer money. So if I don't spend everything in groceries, where does the buffer go? Does it go in that A6 binder, or does it go in my A7 within my Moterm wallet that I carry around every day? I don't know what the answer is going to be for that just yet, but I do know I'm going to have to do something with that rollover because I want to start beefing those up the way the economy is. Instead of using all of that money for savings challenges and sinking funds, maybe the better thing to do is to roll it over week after week. And that way, when Thanksgiving hits or Christmas hits or Mother's Day hit, I've already got some extra there and I don't have to try and account for that or put more into my budget. So that's what I'm thinking through. So I created a couple of the dashboards or the envelope section. So I'm going to have one for groceries. I'm going to have one for household. I'm going to have one for personal, for me. I'm going to have one for dining out, and I'm going to have one for miscellaneous. And this is this $10 that Corinne gets that I have in cash. So let's pull this money out. I went to the bank. That's another thing. This wallet was great to just stick all of this money in the back, and that worked out really, really well. I put it in there and put it in my bag, and we were good to go. So this is the cash that I have. And let me just tell you, while I separate this out and get it turned all the right way, God bless the bank tellers, because, honey, one of these, or maybe a few of these bills, have some odor to it. That's probably of some illegal substances, and I couldn't even hold it. I was in there and I took the money out, and the whiff that I got just pulling it out of the ATM, I used the ATM inside of the branch. I just had to say, oh my Jesus, like it's so strong. So when I find what that bill is, those bills are, I will make sure that those are a part of the cash stuffing of the bills that will be given to Kroger or Walmart or whoever, so that we can go ahead and get rid of those. Because my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. All right, we're getting these all turned the right way. And they literally came out of the ATM this way. So I don't know. I thought there was some work done. Maybe that little machine can't. Ooh, this might be the one. Ooh, it's in these ones. I'll tell you that. It's in these ones. All right. Jesus. Okay. So let me count this up and see how much we have. Oh yeah, and I had the $20 that I had as rollover from my cash wallet from before. Let me pull that out. Put that here too, because all of that should be a part of this. So it should be 70 and 230. I think I should have $300 that I'm cash stuffing today. All right. All right, and let's get the calculator out and let's see where we are. Okay. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 40. 140. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, $80 in fives plus 80. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. And that's 40. So that says 260. And I was thinking I was going to have about 300. So let's see how all of this works out. Maybe there's something that I mathed in that wasn't mathing quite right. All right, so let's talk about it and see where we are. First, I want to put aside the $70 for the mini challenges. So that's the first thing. And most of that is going to be these ones because I do $2 a roll. I think I do want to keep, let's talk about all of it. So let's just do all. So this was 40. If I'm not mistaken, this was 40 ones. And then 50, 60, 70. So that feels like $70 right there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 40. 40 and 30 together is 70. I'm going to sit it over to the side. I feel like I'm a little short or light on my cash So I want to be sure that I'm doing all of this right. And we're about to find out in one quick minute. As soon as I do these cash stuffings, then I'll know for sure. For the cash envelopes, I'll know for sure. Okay, so let's look. And I've got first as, I'm going to go to Corinne first. Let's go backwards. So Corinne gets $10 in cash. So we'll do that and sit that like that. And then dining out gets 20. Let's pull that one out. Dining out. Sit that there like that. Personal for me, I get 20. Let's straighten out this bill. Okay. That's personal. Household gets 30. So that's 20, 25, 30. Okay. And then what's left for groceries should be 120. So that's 20, 40, 60, 80. 85, 90, 95, 100, 105, 110. This should have been 120. So I am $10 short on... Yes, I am $10 short on groceries. This should have been $120 that I had for that. So the way everything broke out was 40 for gas. As we talked about, we were leaving the gas in the store. I mean, in the bank. 120 for groceries, $30 for home, just the 10 for Corinne in cash, 20 for me, 20 for dining out. I was going to leave 10 in there for Cash App. I was supposed to take out another $20 in gas. So my sheet for the bank only showed $260. So I shorted myself. So the money is there in the bank. The money is there in the bank. I just didn't get the right amount out. And this is my first time doing this. So that sounds about right. Monique messed up. So I should have $10 available in the bank. And I'm going to go and look at that. $10 available in the bank for groceries. $10 in the bank for, let's add that here. So that was $260 that I had that I just counted out. Okay. $10 in the bank for groceries. I took out the wrong amount. I was supposed to take out 120 and this is only 110. Plus $10 in the bank for Corinne for Cash App. Plus I spent $20 on gas and that left me with 20 out of the 40 plus 20 equals 300. So that's what it is. I got $260 out of the bank instead of getting 300 out. There's $40 that's still there, and I know where that belongs. But at the end of the day, this is good for me to get started. I'm going to start trying to use cash for myself. Oh, wait. Y'all, I'm not doing this video over, though. I'm not. So where does this 20 go? What did I do? Jesus. Why didn't y'all tell me that getting cash out of the bank and using cash was this difficult? Cash is supposed to be easy, but cash is not easy. All right, so this 20 was from gas, but I didn't make a thing for gas because I was planning on leaving all of my gas online. So let me count out $120, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 15, 110, 115, 120. So this is my groceries is made whole. Okay. Groceries is made whole. Household is made whole because that's $30. 25, 30. That's made whole. All right. Personal, I only give myself 20. That's made whole. Dining out, I only give myself 20. That's made whole. Miscellaneous, I'm giving myself 10. This is for Corinne for her snacks. And I had 10 that I was going to leave online, but I'm going to go ahead and give her that in cash as well. So instead of giving her Cash App, I will give her cash for that. That makes her whole. And then there's $20 left in the bank for gas if I need to get gas again. I got gas for $20 today. And then I'll have $20 left in there for tomorrow. And I'm going to have to go back and look at this video to make sure that I write down in my planner all of that stuff. So welcome, Monique. Here's your introduction into cash stuffing, and it is not as simple as you might have thought. You really have to do a better job of documenting exactly how much cash you need in the exact denominations. We've already counted this out. This is $70. So I'm going to pull out my bag for my mini Mondays, and we will go ahead and put that money in here. I think I have an envelope in here. Yes. So we will go ahead and add the $70 that we're going to use for them and put it in here. And hold on, it's not getting in there from the back. There you go. Okay. So this is the 70 that you will see again on Monday. Add that in here. And now we're made whole. So I have to remember not to send Corinne $10 on Cash App. I have to remember I still have $20 in the bank for gas. Everything else is in cash, and I am going to try and work from cash for the first time completely for all of my cash envelopes. Thank you all for hanging in. If you did, man, this is different. This is not as easy as I was thinking it was going to be. So I think I'm right now. Y'all just pray for me. Okay. All right. Thanks everybody for your time. You guys have a good one.